Hey friends, and welcome back. So guys, I am actually getting ready to change out my bill binder for the summer months, just kind of jazzing it up for something a little bit more colorful. And I thought I would use this opportunity to kind of walk you guys through how I actually set up our bill binder. So at the moment, everything related to everyday finance has been kept in this 1.5-inch burgundy 3-ring binder. Picked this up way back when, most likely from Office Max or Staples, but who knows. But anyways, I simply just went to Google, found an image that I like, put this on some nice paper, and just labeled it Budget Binder, Family Budgeting System 2017. It's a little picture of a house with a money sign in it. And then it states, running my house like a boss. Simple as that. So let me quickly change out the guts and put everything into this new pretty blue binder for the summer. Alright, so everything has been changed over. What I did was went ahead and reprinted the cover page on plain white paper. That way it matches a little bit better with the teal binder versus the tan color paper I had with the burgundy binder. And I also changed the color of the font to a blue. So, hopping into it, one of the things that I absolutely love about this binder is that it has 2 pockets here, which allows for extra storage. Of course, you can put in any unopened mail, any documents that you may need to get to, envelopes, etc., whatever you fancy, pretty much. And what I typically keep in this front pocket that stays all year long is this bill log that I have made. Now, basically, all I did was took a legal pad, and on the legal pad, I wrote out all of our bills based on the due date in 5-day increments. So what I do is when we budget, I pre-budget the amount of what I think each bill is going to be, and then once the bill come in, I write in the actual amount that the bill is, and once it's paid, I check it off. Now, this is the master copy. What I do is make a copy of this each month, and it goes behind that month's tab. I personally, this works for me. It has been working for me forever and a day, and I'll do a more in-depth video on this sometime soon if you guys would like to kind of see how I utilize that and so on. But it pretty much becomes my overview in a nutshell for everything going on financially and so on. So moving on, what we have here is a simple pencil pouch labeled Kids Payday, and what we keep in here is the kids commission, allowance, pay money, whatever you want to call it, and envelopes for church tithes. That way when the kids get paid, they can put their pay their tithes as well, so the envelopes are there. That just sits at the front of the binder. I also have this little plastic pocket, and I believe I picked these up at Staples, but I know that Walmart has similar ones for about 88 cents, and I have also seen them at the Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store. But what's kept in here is the main account checkbook, and then the business account checkbook, a notepad, and then bank deposit slips are kept in here as well. Now, when you open up the binder, what I have here is just a little statement of sorts that I kind of just typed up. What it states is family budget binder. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Proverbs 22:7. Then it just goes in to state that this binder contains all things related to everyday monthly finances. Money is a great servant, but a bad master. Manage it. Manage it. Then I have kind of an overview of what sync funds are, net worth form, financial checklist form. And these here are just kind of definitions in a nutshell of the forms that I use in the binder. That way when the hubby looks at this, if he looks at this, let's just say that, he kind of knows what's going on in a nutshell and what all the forms that I utilize in this binder actually mean, so on and so forth. So, moving on. I have a family balance check sheet. It's blank, of course, for privacy reasons, but basically once every 6 months, so twice a year, I will come in and fill out all of our assets and then our liabilities to get our total net worth in a nutshell. Now, the accounting system, there's several accounting systems that you can use first off, but I use QuickBooks for my business, as well as another software that's more designated towards family child care providers. But anyways, in that software, it does have an area there that it does all that for you. But I personally just like pen and paper, so I like to write it out myself as well. Okay, so then this back sheet here is a financial checklist, and I did a separate video showing you guys what I use this form for, and based in a nutshell, there are certain bills that I like to track throughout the year just to see if they change throughout the month, like the utilities, insurance, and things like that. So at the end of every month, once all the bills are paid, I will come in and write down how much that particular bill was for the month on this sheet here. Now this one here is our sync fund sheet, and basically what it is actually a calendar that I printed off. Probably got it off of Google somehow, or Pinterest or something like that. But anywho, it's meant to be like a calendar where you will write in your birthdays, anniversaries, and so on. But I actually use it for our sync funds. So I'm able to reference this every week, every month when I'm doing the budget to see what sync funds I need to be funding and then how much I need to be funding and so on. And I'll go into a little bit more of a detail and do a more detailed video on sync funds in general, how I budget for them and what categories I have, so on and so forth. All right, then this back sheet here, it's blank obviously, but it's a financial goals checklist, and again it's blank for our privacy reasons. Then I have here a little tab that's labeled check registry. Now this here, I use full sheet check registries for the main account as well as the business account. Because I scan in everything, because of the business, it's just easier to scan these in versus the little registry that they give you at the bank. So this is what I use here. Okay, so getting into it. I have 12 tabs here, one for each month, January through December. And what I do is at the top of each tab is basically just a plastic divider. I write out on the sticky note anything pertinent to that month. So for instance, in January, Jalen's birthday is always coming up. The HOA is due. Our auto insurance is due as well. This is just a reminder to let me know that these things are going on in this month. I also set other reminders that need to be noted. So for instance, we need to start up the auto insurance sync fund again. Once it's paid in January, I start refunding it again for the next 6 months. Memorial Day sync fund, anniversary as well. And then I will also make a note for anything that's coming up in the next month that I need to be prepared for, planned for, so on and so forth. So I pretty much have one of these little stickies on every single tab for every month that just goes into a little bit of a budget review. That way I don't miss anything, and it's just an added reminder of certain things that are coming up. So again, February, we have Valentine's Day, Madison's birthday. We are big rodeo people here. Well, I should say I'm a big rodeo fan, so I like to go to the rodeo every year, and I take the kids. So I always budget for that as well. And that's actually a sync fund within our sync fund, but again, just a budget review in general. So each month have that. Now, once we get into the particular month that we're in tab, for instance, we're in May, what happens here is, and I'm going to just cover it up obviously for privacy reasons, but what I do is I have that bill log that sits in the front as well as our budget that sits in the front, and all the monthly bills go behind that month's tab. So for May, all May's monthly bills are listed here. I also put my bills in order by importance as well as due date. So for instance, if I had a credit card and my credit card and my light bill was due on the same day or around the same time, I will obviously pay my light bill before I pay my credit card. So my light bill will go in front of the credit card in here. It's just the way my mind works, and it just makes sense to me to do it that way. But again, it's set up by priority. So my mortgage will be there first, health insurance is next, and then so on and so on and so on. So all the month's bills that are pertinent to that month will be behind that month's tab. All right, moving on. Towards the back of the binder, I have 2 plastic envelopes. One is labeled receipts, one is labeled ready to scan. Now, because of the daycare business, there are several things that I can write off as far as utilities and as far as supplies that we buy for the house, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, food, etc. I can write off a portion of that for my business. So I keep receipts for all of that inside this envelope, and it makes it very easy for me to get to and put into the system, the accounting system, at the end of the month or throughout the month as time allows. So if I do have a chance throughout the month to actually put in the receipts into the accounting system, once I do that, if I'm not able to scan them in right then and there, I will put them in this folder here that just says ready to be scanned, letting me know I have already entered them into the software, and all I need to do now is scan it. So that works. Now, a quick side note, what I do every single month is what I call closing out the books. So at the end of every month, I will take out all the bill statements for that month, including the receipts. Everything is entered into the accounting software, and then it's also scanned in. Once it's scanned, I shred it. Now, there are times when my schedule is just so hectic, I don't have time to sit there and scan everything in or enter it in. From that point, I will still pull it out of the binder and I put it into an accordion file folder. And once I have time, I go back to it, put it into the accounting software, scan it, etc., whatever needs to be done. And again, once it's scanned, it can be shredded out. So that's how all of that correlates together. So these two folders or pockets stay into the binder all year long. All right, so getting towards the back of the binder, I have a tab that says Freedom, one that says Contracts, one that says Account Info, and then one that says Daycare. You guys know I run a home daycare business, so that's why I have that here. So Freedom is everything related to all debts that we are currently paying on. I have a debt repayment form here. Now, I have actually never used this form. I found it after I found the one that I actually use, and I just kept the copy just in case I decided I wanted to start using this one, which I don't know. I've been having it here forever and still haven't used it. But anyways, this is the one that I actually use. It's a simple form. And just to let you guys know, I follow the Dave Ramsey baby step plan. So we are paying debt off based on the smallest amount to the largest, not based on the interest rate. So again, Dave Ramsey baby steps, you pay the smallest amount off first up into your biggest amount. So it's like a snowball effect, if you will. And I'll go into more detail on that in a separate video. But basically, I just have the debt listed, the original balance, the minimum payment, and then what I do is come in and write in the date. And I'm writing the date that I pay it because for most part, we are able to pay our bills on time, thank God for that. But I write in the month and the year, and then the balance, the starting balance, the amount paid, and then the remaining balance, and so on. So it just continues through for the entire year. Now, the next tab I have is contracts. So these are those miscellaneous contracts that you may get for a gym membership, yard care, house cleaning service, anything of that nature. I put here just that way it's an easy reference to get to if I need to look up something, telephone numbers, service dates, all that other stuff. I can easily grab those contracts from here and access them. So easy peasy. The second or the third tab rather is accounts. And this is everything related to account information. So all of our information regarding any bills, utility bills, bank information, all of that stuff is housed here for account information. It's labeled to where we understand it, and it's labeled also that if someone from the outside came in, a family member, a close friend, they would be able to quickly figure out what is what, pretty much, if you will. So it's basically all the account information in a nutshell. Daycare, obviously, is all things related to daycare. So the only thing I really keep in here is a copy of my T&I, which is my tax identification number, just to have a copy on hand in this binder. And I keep a copy of all the financial contract agreements that my parents sign when they sign up for service, which outlines how much they're due to pay, any late fees, any additional charges for services, so on and so forth. So that is pretty much it. That is the family bill binder in a nutshell, if you will. To me, I think that this is a very easy system to follow. I'm personally a binder girl. I'm a nerd to the T, if you will. I'm like all things binder. Anytime I get a chance to organize paper, binders are my first go-to method to do so. I just love binders. If I'm ever in like debt over anything, it would be because I buy a new binder like you would buy a new purse. Let me say that. I would probably buy a new binder before I buy a purse. I'm not gonna even lie. I love my binders. But anyways, that's everything in a nutshell. As always, guys, if you have any questions about anything, leave me a comment in the comment section below. If not, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. And do let me know, how do you go about organizing your paperwork for your budgeting system, your finance, and so on? Do you use a binder, just a simple file folder, maybe an accounting folder? Or do you just kind of have a pile that just sits here and there and here until somebody comes and sweep it into the shredder for you, so on and so forth. But again, I think that this system pretty much is easy, self-explanatory. It works for me and my family. I have already started training my oldest, which is 16, on how to use the binder and, you know, work through it, maneuver, so on and so forth. And my goal was to always have it to where anyone can come and pick up where need be. So if something happens to me and my husband and a family member had to come in, they could come in here, pick it up, see what's going on in a nutshell, and pick up from where we left off, so on and so forth. And two, because I'm the numbers girl, I'm the budget girl, my husband, not so much. I think it's like the worst word in the world for him is budget. But if need be, this is so simple, he could come in here and figure out what's going on, in my opinion. So again, guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. And until next time, guys, stay true.